describe him, he's a bear. You know what I mean? He's big, he's bad, he's mean looking, but he's just all warm and cuddly. Please welcome to the stage, Dylan Grunley!
Keep it going for Matt Smith, everybody. He is a delightful young man. Ladies, if you are single, please try and give him some puss. That might work a little bit better if you have the Sarah McLachlan music playing in the background. Seller, how are we doing tonight? You doing good? That's good. I'm doing all right. Had a good week, although I did have some interesting situations. I found out I was an easy mark for food rewards. I haven't even got to the goddamn joke. Good God. Anyway, I went to Bread Smith recently. Got myself a couple tasty treats from there. And I went to go to the register, and the lady was like, "Are you a member of our rewards program?" And I was like, "No." Not. She was like, "Well, would you like to join?" I was like, "No, thanks. I'd be too tempted to come back." And she was like, "Oh, we'd let you come back." In a very polite voice. But what she really wanted to say was, "We both know you're coming back." You may as well save us the time. But I will say food rewards and food apps are not good for a man like me. Because you'll see something that'll be like, "Oh, you can get this chicken sandwich for only $2. It's like, oh, that's a hell of a deal. But then they have the add-ons. It's like, "Oh, you want bacon, don't you? And cheese, and buffalo sauce, you fat bastard." Next thing I know, the sandwich costs what it normally would have cost. And I can't go back to that lifestyle, folks. I'm too much of a fancy boy. I gotta have my bacons and my cheeses. It's rough living out there. One thing I like is when people have names that fit their profession. Like Usain Bolt, the world's fastest man. That's just a fact. But you got Lonzo Ball, basketball player. Prince and Cecil Fielder, both first basemen, Major League Baseball. Then you got non-sport names, like Ryan Pipeline. What do you think of when you think of that name? Well, I know you're thinking something. We can say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Works for the Dakota Access Pipeline. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is a family show. I recently learned that college is a waste of money. I know that's coming as a shock to people, but I found out there's this college in Ohio where you can pay $14,000 to get a minor in comedy studies. Yeah, 14 grand for comedy studies to learn from a guy who looks like he failed his SNL audition. It is ridiculous. I will say it is a bold choice for him to be the only professor with a tweed jacket, 11 patches, and a red nose. He's just walking in the class, giving a lecture, and he's just like... As you can see here, from the scale, the perfect angle for throwing a pie is 28.3 degrees. Hey, hey. It's ridiculous stuff, folks. $14,000 you can pay actual comedians to teach you. Just give them a bunch of cocaine. Or you can come here and listen to fuckers like myself tell jokes. Make sure to tip your bar staff. I do got another joke, a little bit dirty. I already picked on you. I'm going to go to you, sir. Since when did feet become the go-to fetish in America?
I'm a tit man, but
I don't understand it. Like every time I come talking to girls, it's like feet, feet, feet. I have been asked multiple times if I want to buy feet pics. I don't know what it is about my face. I clearly need to change something. It is not good. Like I liked the show King of the Hill, but I didn't think it that big of an impact on society. Seriously, season 4, episode 23. The whole episode dedicated to foot fetish for all you weirdos that want to have a good time after the show. Or if you can't contain yourself, please go out to the alley. Seriously, did Quentin Tarantino have that big of an impact on society? That everybody's got a foot fetish now? I don't get it. But I think I might capitalize on this trend. Might get me an OnlyFans account. Start selling feet pics. Gotta make that money somehow to pay my bacon and cheese habit. But, no, I did go on a couple dates with a girl who had an OnlyFans. Things didn't work out. That was on me. Jeez, you are cruel tonight, seller. But I will say I was a little bit disappointed because she never asked me to be a part of any of her videos. I'd have gone down on her. What? Toy. I love how she says, what? Like, wait a minute, this is a thing? I have never heard of this before in my life. I am going to do my research. But I feel like if I would have started directing porn, I would get way too into it. I'd be like, I need a camera here, I need a lens here. Come on, folks, we're going for an Alien Award tonight. Let's do it! This gentleman knows what an Alien Award is. For the rest of you unsick minds, Alien Awards are basically the Oscars of porn. I would like to consider myself the Christopher Nolan of porn. I make long, convoluted plots that go nowhere, and you tell people you enjoyed it even though you didn't know what was going on half the time. Go see Oppenheimer. But no, I use dating apps. I use the Bumble and the Tinder and the Hinge and the Christian Mingle. The struggle, though, is that I end up running into bots. You know, they steal photos. It's like mountain, ocean, Las Vegas. Nothing where you can time that they've actually been in the city you've been in. It's just frustrating. But then, it's funny, because I got this message from a bot recently. It was like, hey there, sexy. Which should have been my first sign.
Oh, come on, man.
You look like you want to have a good time. Why don't you message me? This is my username on sex.com. All caps, no thought went into that at all. And I was like, no thank you, I think I'll pass. And somewhere in Poland a man was like, we'll get that horny American one way or another. I'll get his last $8 if it takes me all year. I do want to end on this. How many of you got yourself the Grimace meal at McDonald's last month? Good. I'm glad. You know why? Because all through the 90s, Grimace was a serial molester. That's right, folks. Men, women, dogs. Grimace was just molesting everybody. This is some serious stuff here, folks. Yeah. Ronald McDonald just wrote it off. Just like, oh, that's just the Grimace way. Forgetting Uncle O'Grimacy, by the way. His staunch IRA uncle, who when he wasn't blowing up Protestant churches, was beating up anyone who he thought wasn't remotely Irish, and they used him to promote the Shamrock Shake. But no, it looked like everything was going to be going down for Grimace. The police were closing in. Then Ronald McDonald cut a deal And they put Grimace away for 20 years, just had him out of the limelight. And the fact to bring Grimace back in a Me Too era is frankly irresponsible, folks. Hashtag cancel Grimace. Good night.